Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn how to trigger or how to deploy our DSL jobs whenever we push changes to our Git repository. So remember that in order to trigger a job from Git, we need to create a Git hook. So let's go ahead and create a new Git hook. Let's log in inside of the Git server container. And if you remember the path, that's like var, opt, gitlab, git, data, repositories, Jenkins, and now we're going to go to the DSL jobs.git that we created. So remember that in here we need to create a custom hooks directory. So let's do custom hooks, enter, and we need to create the post receive file. So we're gonna copy that file from the Maven repository, custom hooks, post receive file, and we're gonna copy that in the custom hooks directory that we created. So if we do an ls now and we go to the custom hooks directory, you're going to find out the post receive file in here. So let's modify that, and remember that the only one thing that we need to change here is the URL for the job that we want to trigger. In this case, we want that at any time that someone pushes to our DSL project, we want to trigger the seed job. And if we go to the Jenkins dashboard and we look for the seed job, remember that the name or the URL for this is job DSL. So let's copy this and we're gonna paste that in here. So cool. So we're saying that whenever someone pushes to the master branch, we want to trigger the seed job, which is the job DSL. Cool. So let's go outside of here. Let's go one level back and let's change the owner of this folder because this is the root and it should be git. So let's do change owner git :git custom hooks recursively, hit enter. If you do an ll, you can see here that now the owner is correct. So let's go outside of this container. Let me clean the screen. And okay, we already created our git hook. So now when we push to the master branch, that git hook is going to call the seed job. Nice. So the second thing that we need to do is to configure our DSL seed job, because remember that if our git hook is going to call this job, then this job should download the new code. So let's go to the source code management inside of the seed job. Let's go ahead and click on git and let's define the URL for the repository that we want to download when this job gets triggered. So let's go to our GitLab and let's look for the URL of this. So this is the URL. Let's copy this. Let's paste that in here. Remember in here, this is internal. So we need to use the git name and the port 80, and this should end in that git. Remember that in this case, we need to define the credentials. So let's